If you're using agentic coding to build your applications, you might run into UI issues from time to time. So in this video, I'll show you one of the best ways to get your agent to fix your UI issues and a lot more. So I wanted to create a series of videos that go over all the typical pitfalls that people fall into when using agents to build real applications. This is very different to the long-form tutorial type of content on my channel, and these are going to be shorter videos that address very specific issues. So please let me know in the comments if you would like to see more of these types of videos and if there's anything specific you would like me to cover. So here I have an application that I built using my Agentic Coding Starter Kit. I created a dedicated video on how to use the starter kit and it is completely free. All I did was set up these dependencies, then I clicked on Start Building, and I simply provided details around the type of app that I'm trying to build. And I ended up with this result. Conceptually, this app is really simple. We want users to pass in any unstructured data, whether it's text, files, or images, and they can request to receive the data back in a structured way, like a JSON structure. I think the UI looks very cool, and it also supports light and dark mode, and everything looks really nice. But there are a few visual issues. For instance, if we look at the logo, we can see that the bottom of this G has been cut off, and the same thing with this G in this hero section. The bottom part is cut off. And these types of issues are not specific to my tech stack either. The same thing happens on things like Bolt and Lovable, and I've even seen it in other experienced developers' apps like WebDev Cody's Video Suggestions app, where we can also see the bottom of these G's are cut off. And I can also try this in a different browser, and the same issue is still there. So what's happening here is that agents are really good at writing code, but when it comes to UI design, they're effectively coding blind. They can't see what you see. So one option is to take a screenshot of this page or the specific element and then send that into the chat and ask the agent to make a fix. Or what we can do instead is give the agent access to the browser. That way it can look at the page itself, identify any issues, make the fixes, and then test the changes itself. And all we have to do is set up one MCP server to make this work. And that is the Playwright MCP server. And it's completely free to use, which is awesome. So after adding the server, simply start Claude Code again, and you should see that the server is now connected. So what we can do now is ask the agent to look at the page and make the fix. So let's say, hey, there seems to be an issue on the home page. The bottom of some of the G characters seems to be cut off, like in the logo and the hero section. Please can you use the Playwright MCP server to navigate to the page and troubleshoot the issue. And let's send this. And Claude Code will now automatically open up the browser and do its thing. I'm not touching the screen at all. So yes, we can see this G is cut off in its browser as well. And let's have a look at the chat. It's saying perfect. I can clearly see the text clipping issue. Looking at the screenshot, I can observe that the bottom portions of the G characters are being cut off. And it's now fixing the CSS styling issues. And it's made the changes and it's now verifying that the changes worked by taking another screenshot. Alright, and the agent says it's done. And now we can actually see the bottom part of that G. We can use the Playwright MCP server to do a lot more than fixing UI issues. We can also get it to test the application for us. So let's say we wanted to make sure the user is able to go to the dashboard, click on Manage API Keys, and then create a new key and delete the key that it just created. If everything went well, I want the agent to report back on it. Or if it ran into any issues, it needs to resolve those issues along the way. So let's do that. I'm going to clear the chat and let's say, please use the Playwright MCP server to test the following process. From the landing page, click on Dashboard, then click on Manage API Keys, create a new key and call it Testing. Then try to delete the key and let me know if the process worked. If you run into any issues, report on those as well. If you find any visual bugs along the way, correct those bugs and then test again. Looks good. Let's send this and let's sit back and see what the agent does. Right, again, I'm not touching anything. The agent is taking control over this browser. So I'm expecting the agent to click on the dashboard link first, which it did. Now I'm expecting it to click on Manage API Keys, which it did. So let's see if it's able to create a new key. That's really cool. It was able to click on Create API Key. Now it should call the key something like testing, which it did. Now can it actually create the key? Yes, it did. So we got this pop-up showing the API key, but there are clearly some visual issues with this pop-up. And I'm curious to see if the agent actually picked this up. And the agent was able to delete the key as well. And we get the final results, and let's just have a look. So I don't see anything specific around that UI issue. So let's actually say, after you created the API key, there seems to be a small UI issue. After you created the key, the modal showed you the actual API key. The content of that pop-up was overlapping with the actual container. Please could you use the MCP server again to create a new key and then troubleshoot that issue. Let's send this. And the agent actually went back and forth quite a few times, and eventually it was able to find the solution. So it decided to add this scroll bar to make everything fit. So hopefully you'll agree. I think this Playwright MCP server is actually really cool. Not only can you use it to fix UI issues, but you can also use it to test certain processes in your application. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to continue with the series so that we can build out this application together, and I'll teach you a bunch of tips and tricks along the way. And also let me know if there's anything specific that you would like me to cover in the next video. And remember to check out my Agentic Coding Starter Kit, where I show you how to set up this boilerplate project from scratch.